following video is a skills training program to develop 4 variations of the front foot cricket shot.
The aim of the 5-week training program is to provide a novice with the necessary information and training sessions to become proficient in 4 front foot shot variations.
The 4 shot variations we've chosen to focus on are the cover drive, the off drive, the straight drive and the on drive.
Common errors of these shot variations are when the batsman is unbalanced, his feet don't move, his head is not in line with the ball, he's not keeping his eyes down, and his front elbow is not raised.
Here is an example of the shot being executed poorly. His head is not in line with the ball, he's not stepping towards the ball, and he's quite unbalanced.
The key points of the skill we're going to focus on are early decision, make sure you're balanced, head in line with the ball, front knee bend, and transferring weight through the shot.
The skill was classified one-dimensionally using 3 key aspects. These are the size of the primary musculature, the distinctiveness of the movement, and whether it is open or closed. The cricket shot can be classified as a gross, discrete, and open movement.
The skill is also classified 2-dimensionally using Gentile's taxonomy of motor skills. Due to the regulatory conditions being in motion and there being high amounts of inter-trial variability, the skill is classed as 4B. The program will begin as block practice and progress to random. Although the skill is open, we'll begin by teaching it as a closed skill. This will decrease the inter-trial variability and simplify the skill. Also, by progressing to random practice, this will increase contextual interference and foster positive transfer to a game-like situation.
Whole practice will be used as the skill is relatively low in complexity, and also the components of the task are highly interrelated.
In terms of coaching methods used, both modelling and verbal cues will be utilised. A demonstration will be given prior to each session to give a base point for mental imagery. This will be combined with verbal cues in order to provide the individual with a holistic understanding of the skill.
Augmented feedback will be given on the knowledge of performance. The information given will relate to the quality of the movement and the key performance factors. This feedback will be faded across the program in an effort to avoid reliance on external feedback and also to avoid the guidance hypothesis.
The program will involve mass practice of 3 by 30-minute sessions per week.
Ensure motivation remains high, focus points are set for each week.
As a pre-test, we decided to measure performance quantitatively. The participant has the ball thrown to them and they attempt to strike the ball through the gate. 10 attempts are given for each shot variation and the total score is given out of 40.
The designated cones are situated 1 metre apart. When measuring the performance qualitatively, observing key points of the shot was undertaken to determine performance. These key aspects were making an early decision, bringing your foot towards the ball, balance, keeping your head in line with the ball, your front knee bend, and transferring your weight through the shot.
Week 1 of the training program consisted of hitting the ball off a cone for 3 sessions of 30-minute duration. Each session was broken into 4-minute blocks of each shot. The qualitative performance measure we focus on in week 1 is keeping your head over the ball. A good verbal cue to teach this is telling the player to sniff the ball.
Week 2 we focus on a chin drop and a hit. The focus of this part of the skill is again keeping the head over the ball.
Week 3 of the program focuses on underarm throwdowns. At this point, the skill progresses from a closed skill to an open skill. The focus of week 3 is getting your front foot to the ball. A good verbal cue to teach the batsman this is to tell him to try and step on the ball.
involves overarm throwdowns. A key focus area here is making an early decision as the speed of the throw is starting to increase.
In week 5, we've progressed to bowling to the batsman. The training to be completed now is completely randomised. This will increase the contextual interference effect and may help increase learning in the long run.
When quantitatively measuring performance in the post-test, the pre-testing protocol is repeated. The score out of 40 is compared to pre-testing results to assess whether performance has increased. When qualitatively measuring performance, the key aspects of the skill highlighted in pre-testing will again be observed.
After a 2-week period of no training, a retention test will be conducted. The results recorded here will allow inferences to be made about the level of learning which has occurred as a result of the program.
A transferred test is conducted to assess how adaptable the skills the individual has learnt are to a novel situation.
For our transfer test, the batsman must face a variety of deliveries. This causes the batsman to apply the skills that they've learnt throughout the training program, as they must not only play the shot correctly, but also select the appropriate time when to play the shot. Here we see a Victorian batsman adapting the skills highlighted in the training program to face spin bowling. Using FIT's 3-stage learning model, we have identified that the participant will begin in the cognitive stage. This is because the individual will initially be gathering information regarding how to perform the skill. As training becomes more game-like, we believe the individual will reach the associative stage. This is because the individual will begin to adapt the movement pattern to situational demands.